On Monday, when questioned by this newscast, Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defense Force, Commodore Gary Best, declared that the Guyana Defense Force has a don't ask, don't tell policy when it comes to same-sex relationships involving members of the Army. He said as long as those persons do not breach the force's standard operating procedures, which cover conduct, the force will have no issue with them. Capital News has, however, obtained the personnel policy of the Guyana Defense Force. That document is a classified one and covers the operations of the GDF, rules and regulations, guidelines, and operating procedures. In the document, it states quite clearly that involvement in homosexual practices will normally result in discharge from the Guyana Defense Force, either by disciplinary or administrative procedure. The force's guidelines calls on all ranks to be discouraged from such practices, and that they are in no way to condone homosexual or other deviant acts which come to their notice, and should report those acts to their superiors as a matter of priority. In particular, officers, warrant officers, and non-commissioned officers are to be especially alert for attempts to involve young members of the force. It further states that commanding officers are to report details of all cases of actual or suspected homosexuality or other deviant behaviors to the headquarters, which will advise whether disciplinary or administrative action is appropriate. The issue of sexual orientation and the military has come to the front burner after a decision by the GDF to dismiss two female officers after they were seen on a cell phone video in sexually compromising positions. Capital News now understands that there might be a move to review that decision after reports on this newscast. The Chief of Staff had claimed that one of the young women was being counseled and was still on the payroll of the GDF. But other senior officers said both young women were given marching orders out of the force. The cell phone video was allegedly discovered by another soldier who found the phone of one of the female ranks and shared that video with other soldiers.